Now, to a more serious matter, you survived something doctors believe you might not survive. How was that experience for you in your life?
One of the hardest experiences I've ever had, but it kind of, opened my eyes more spiritually, draw me closer to God, which I'm very grateful for. I have a scar in my chest that I call it a touch from God, because they had to open me up to save my life. So I was left with that scar. And every day I see it, I'm just reminded that I'm chosen, that I'm loved by God, and that I'm just, very blessed to still be here, to have a second chance at life. My family, my sister telling me the story, what I wasn't privy to at the time when I was fighting for my life, that the doctors gave up and they said, she should come and say her goodbyes to me. So that was a very dark space for me in 2022 when I almost died. So I'm very grateful to God to still be here.
Now, for your fans and for the viewer, where did this stem from?
I had hernia. And something they said was caught in my intestines. I don't know. I was in the DR. I went there for surgery. I did my surgery, and my surgery was success. I was there for 10 days, and then I started throwing up. And I was rushed to the hospital. They did an MRI, scanned my body, and they said I had to do an emergency surgery because when I was throwing up, that was feces. So.
Now, what message to anybody that is hernia?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you could educate the viewership on? Of how?
I mean, if I should educate it, because how I looked at it, I felt like my tummy tuck years ago was the cause of it.
That's the one in Dominican.
No, I was in the Dominican Republic to do a breast augmentation.
Okay.
And I did that. That was successful. However, I felt like before, because I've done surgeries before. I've done liposuction. I talk about it all the time. I've done breast augmentation. And I've done a tummy tuck. I feel like, well, my theory, and speaking to the surgeon or whatever, I feel like my tummy tuck, because when you do a tummy tuck, they cut your skin and they pull your stomach down in order to get it flat. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's what caused my hernia, because I had multiple hernia. Even after I did that major surgery, I had to do 7 surgeries to repair the hernia in my stomach wall. I feel like over time, after those old surgeries of doing a tummy tuck, it stretches. Your body reacts to stretching back to get some form of normalcy. So I feel like the wear and tear of my skin is what caused the opening of my stomach. So that's my thoughts. I just feel like people just need to be educated when it comes on to surgery and know the aftermath of it. Because I don't think women think about it. Even with breast augmentation, you have to change it after 10 years. These are things that people don't talk about. Like, you can't keep it in for the rest of your life, so you have to be willing to do that surgery again to change your breast implant.
Wow. Now, just for people's understanding, a hernia occurs when an organ or a fatty tissue squeezes through a weak spot in the surrounding muscle or connected tissue. Would you encourage women to go about certain procedures for beauty acceptance? I can't encourage or discourage. I just have to tell you to educate yourself on it. One of the things I didn't do, I didn't educate myself on it. A lot of people, they look at surgery and they say, oh, when you do surgery, you don't love yourself. You hate yourself. If you want to do surgery or whatever, then what do you say about somebody that goes to the gym and want to lose weight? They don't love themselves because they want to lose the weight? People choose different ways to lose their weight. That's just no rocket science there. People are just very skeptical and they choose what they want to bash from what they want to bash. So I'm not going to sit here and bash a woman who chooses to go the easier route. I just can tell you, based off of experience, that is dangerous and that you got to learn and read upon it and educate yourself, especially on what happens after the surgery. Knowing what you know now, would you get surgery again?
No.
So you're done?
Completely done.
No.
But like I said, I have done breast augmentation, which means I will have to change it again in 10 years.
I gotcha. So was there a version of you that died during this experience?
I think so. Yeah.
Do you care to share?
I think the version of me that was very hard to forgive. I think that it didn't die immediately. It took a time. But I feel like I was at a place where it was hard for me to forgive anyone who betrayed me or break my heart. It was just very hard for me. But now I see things differently. I think I've forgiven a lot of people who have hurt me, betrayed me, and I'm at a different space spiritually.
Yeah.